This is the Metamorphosis, Chapter 1, Part 7. If this is your first time joining us to read, click here. This video and all my videos are possible thanks to awesome patrons on Patreon. For those patrons, today there is a new vocabulary video talking about important Spanish words in English and also a little bit of German. The chief clerk has just arrived. Looks like he's going to confront Gregor. Let's see what happens. Oh, and don't forget to click the 3 dots. Okay, now we can start. The chief clerk now raised his voice. "Mr. Samsa," he called to him, "what is wrong? You barricade yourself in your room. Give us no more than yes or no for an answer. You are causing serious and unnecessary concern to your parents, and you fail. And I mention this just by the way. You fail to carry out your business duties in a way that is quite unheard of. I'm speaking here on behalf of your parents and of your employer, and really must request a clear and immediate explanation. I am astonished, quite astonished. I thought I knew you as a calm and sensible person, and now you suddenly seem to be showing off with peculiar whims. This morning, your employer did suggest a possible reason for your failure to appear. It's true, it had to do with the money that was recently entrusted to you, but I came near to giving him my word of honor that that could not be the right explanation. But now that I see your incomprehensible stubbornness, I no longer feel any wish whatsoever to intercede on your behalf. And nor is your position all that secure. I had originally intended to say all this to you in private, but since you cause me to waste my time here for no good reason, I don't see why your parents should not also learn of it. Your turnover has been very unsatisfactory of late. I grant you that it's not the time of year to do especially good business. We recognize that, but there simply is no time of year to do no business at all. Mr. Samsa, we cannot allow there to be." Okay, the chief clerk is obviously upset. Let's take a look at what he said. To raise your voice just means to make your voice louder. Could be just so people can hear you, or maybe you are upset, like the clerk. A barricade is a barrier, something that blocks access or doesn't allow entry or exit. Oftentimes during protests, you will see barricades. If you say "by the way," it means just so you know, also, or additionally. To be astonished is to be very surprised. Maybe also amazed. This can be negative or positive. Your whims. Usually we say to do something on a whim. It means to do something impulsively, very quickly, without a lot of thought. Let's say I was hungry. On a whim, I decided to go and get some pizza. I didn't really think about it. It was just a quick thought. Gregor was recently entrusted with money. To be entrusted means to be trusted with something. To be assigned the responsibility of doing something. For Gregor, it's watching the money. To intercede on someone's behalf means to intervene for someone. On someone's behalf just means that person. If I do something on your behalf, I'm doing it for you. So if someone gives a speech and they say, "I speak on behalf of the people of blah, blah, blah," they're saying they speak for those people. For business, turnover is how much money you make or earn during a specific period of time. I think Gregor is about to respond. Let's see how he does. "But sir," called Gregor, beside himself and forgetting all else in the excitement. "I'll open up immediately. Just a moment. I'm slightly unwell. An attack of dizziness. I haven't been able to get up. I'm still in bed now. I'm quite fresh again now, though I'm just getting out of bed. Just a moment. Be patient. It's not quite as easy as I thought. I'm quite alright now, though. It's shocking what can suddenly happen to a person. I was quite alright last night. My parents know about it, perhaps better than me. I had a small symptom of it last night already. They must have noticed it. I don't know why I didn't let you know at work, but you always think you can get over an illness without staying at home. Please, don't make my parents suffer. There's no basis for any of the accusations you are making. Nobody's ever said a word to me about any of these things. Maybe you haven't read the latest contracts I sent in. I'll set off with the 8 o'clock train as well. These few hours of rest have given me strength. You don't need to wait, sir. I'll be in the office soon after you. And please, be so good as to tell that to the boss and recommend me to him." Remember before Gregor was not very worried? Now he is scared out of his boots. Alright, let's take a look at some of the stuff Gregor said. Gregor is beside himself. It means he's very anxious and upset. That's to be beside yourself. In an erratic, uncontrolled state of mind. I want to look at this. Gregor says, "Be patient." To be patient means to be able to wait and not become annoyed or anxious. So if you are very patient, you can sit and wait. You are more tolerant to that type of thing. However, to be a patient, this is the noun, means to be someone in a hospital. A patient is someone at the hospital. Maybe you're sick or injured. So remember, the adjective, to be patient, the noun, a patient. Very different. Gregor says it's shocking what's happened. If something is shocking, it's very surprising. However, it's always negative. Astonished can be negative and positive. Shocking, almost always negative. To get over an illness means to recover, to feel better. An accusation is a claim or a charge that someone did something. The verb here is to accuse someone, and the adjective, only really if you are in court, more of a formal situation, is the accused. The person who accuses is the accuser. The accuser, the accused, and accusations. And to accuse someone of doing something. A contract is a written or spoken agreement. If it's written, you probably have to write your signature, your John Hancock. To set off, like Gregor says, I'll set off with the 8 o'clock train, it's just to go somewhere. All right. So Gregor is facing the fury of everybody in that house. You can continue by yourself with the Fluency Book Club podcast. You can also get the physical copy, the digital, or the audiobook version of this book. All of that's in the description. And of course, if you got any of those questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know. Bye-bye.